And the crock was there. He got the recipe, and he fine-tuned it to the point where it was practically, it was pale, and he got it up to as high an alcoholic content as it could get it before it turned sour or whatever it would do. Turn a corner or something, and then it was ruined. And the thermometer was in it, and when it was time to bottle, we have everybody save their beer bottles and bring them to us, or Daddy collect them, I don't know which. But we had the bottles ready, and then the thermometer, when it struck a certain thing, it was time to bottle.
Right.
We had the bottler, crunching and crunching, and we'd bottle like mad. And sometimes, and there was the girls will remember this. We were talking about it when Rissa was here. It was time to bottle, and it was about 11 o'clock at night. And some of the kids were in bed. And we need the crew. Everybody go get the bottles out of the cupboard. Bring them here. Get to this. And we lined up an assembly line. You had to be coordinated. You needed extra hands. We got them up out of their beds.
Oh.
It's time to bottle. Big signal. And that place would smell like, and you know, we'd smell it.
Yeah.
It. So it smelled like a brewery. But it was the best beer, and we'd gather the family. I remember Ruth and Dick, and the sink would just be lined with empty bottles. It was just terrible the way in the summer. And the neighborhood would come, and that crock would be gone.
Right.
And we'd, fine, that's okay, we'll start. And it didn't take too long. It took about a week or so or something like that. Of course, we didn't drink in the middle of the week.
Right.
Everybody was working. But oh my goodness, that summer. And finally, it got worse and worse. We'd get so snockered. It was terrible. And the little boys were around, the little baby children. Yeah. I'd open up a can of beans, you know, dinner. And I said, Daddy, this is too easy. And I said, it's got to go. I says, if we want beer, we'll bite the bullet and buy it.
Yeah.
And we did. It was the end of it. We were getting terrible. I mean, the family were driving home, you know, gas to the ears. So that was the end of that. But it was quite a summer. I think it was only about that long.
Yeah.
Winter, bottle it up. Oh, and another thing that settled the deal. We kept the beer, whatever was left, in the cupboard in the back, and it was on the east side of the building. And for some reason it would get warm, and this one time we heard exploding bottles, long story short. And we didn't know what that was. It wasn't the furnace, it wasn't that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was breaking glass. My God, it's the beer! We ran in there. Daddy wrapped a towel around him and reached in. I said, save some of the beer! And try to get before they exploded. And get it in cooler, because it was a warm area. And I'm sure he got several or something. And because a mess was, there was the beer in the back room and the glass. And we were losing bottles. Those bottles were precious to do the next batch. And then my weight, maybe that really did it. And then I figured that really it was out of hand.
Oh.
And time to quit. But I can remember trying to save the bottles. Oh dear. Oh, what you won't do for cheap beer. We figured the bottles were about 10 cents a bottle. And oh, by the way, don't bother with little things like that.
Oh yeah.
It was always the big
bottles.
Oh, yeah. That was the only thing worth corking. Because it took corks, you know, or little sealers. I don't know if we had those little metal, I forget. But I remember we had a thing we had to crunch. There, done.